Hi there, Jan Copeland with the Real Estate and Real Life Show. And I am here today with a friend of mine who is in sunny Florida. And I can see the foliage behind you, Cyndi Myers with My Happy Florida Place with EXP. Hi, Cyndi.
Hi, it's my Florida happy place.
Oh, my
Yay.
Florida. What did I say?
That's okay. You said my happy Florida place.
Okay, so it's My Florida Happy Place.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. And so we'll tell them how to get in touch with you because I know after this interview, people are going to want to get in touch with you.
Yeah,
But okay, so Cyndi, you work with your husband on a team,
yeah.
and you were with another company before you went to EXP. So can you just tell our listeners and viewers about your real estate career?
All
How long
righty.
you've been in it and where you were before, etc.
So I started during the crash in 2006 when everybody was getting out of it here because uh, they, before that, said they were like order takers. They didn't have to do anything but write contracts. So unfortunately, I wasn't in at that time, but a lot of those people spent all their money and lost all their money. So I think it was a good thing.
Mhm.
So I got my license in 2006 and started taking all the buyers that nobody wanted, the $70,000 buyers and the lower end. And come to find out, some of those people knew other people that had bigger budgets. So I was lucky that way.
Mhm.
And so in 2006, and then in 2011, I went through a divorce and moved back to Michigan uh, because my family said, come back home. I know you're sad. So I was sad, went back home, got my esthetician license because I always wanted to be in the medical field. And my friend started a medical spa there. And so worked for her doing injections and laser, and also got my old job back, which was in sales and physical therapy. So did that, and then met Ron. So met my current husband, and he said, hey, Cyndi, I want to get out of Michigan, out of this dreary state, and I want to go back to somewhere warm. And I said, well, let's go back to Florida because I have my license here. And I could, still work here. And then he decided to get his license also. So that's how we partnered up. And he's got a great background in financing, marketing, direct mail. He's the detailed one of our partnership. So came back in 2016 and joined on a team for a while to get us back going, and then figured out that was not working for us anymore. When you're on a team, sometimes we were getting like 1% of our commissions at the end of the day. So looked into a couple things. My husband did spreadsheets, and we ended up at EXP. So yeah, so we're at EXP for the last 2.5 years, and we've capped every year, and we're on track to be Icon this year. So
Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm going to get to that. I just want to say feedback about Cyndi, why I'm choosing her to be interviewed is because she has a huge heart. And you can tell that when you go to her Facebook page, when you talk to her, she wants to help not only her clients, but her whole community. And her warm smile and just her videos are fun. And she and Ron seem like really, really fun. And I want to chat with you about how you're getting leads and because you're so successful. Okay. And I want to share with the folks that, you're one of my clients. And one of the things that I share as foundational is that we as women need to dig into what we actually like to do. So then when we're working, it's like, great, I get to do this for work. So you played tennis a lot before the pandemic.
yeah,
And so can you just share with us, like, because you're so social
yeah.
and how that would help you to meet people and expand your sphere and all of that.
All righty. Well, the good news is we can play tennis now. They opened up the courts.
Oh,
So
good.
anyways, but so the way I work, is a little bit different. I network in my community. I talk to people outside my community. I talk to people on airplanes, sold a house from a lady that kept my card for 2 years
Wow.
that met me on an airplane. but we had the same values, you know. I am a Christian, and like you said, I just love people and care about them. So anyways, and now they're one of our best friends. So I love that. So I also started a Facebook page. In Florida, there's a lot of gated communities, and we live in one of the gated communities. So I got approval to start a Facebook page called the Plantation Live. So I interview people, update people in our community, and I don't do anything on that to do with real estate. Just trying to connect people together that way. But I do have a My Florida Happy Place Facebook page and a Cyndi Myers Facebook page. So Jan told me that they'll somehow get to those other pages through that page. So that's exciting. And through playing tennis, going to happy hour up at the clubhouse, just, you know, everywhere I go, I'm just being kind, and then they find out what we do.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly. And I
so.
love how you started a community group. And I encourage everyone, whether it's a neighborhood, Cyndi happens to live in a large neighborhood, but you could name a town, living and lifestyle insert name of town. Now you have a Facebook group. Facebook loves groups. And
Right.
then I'm glad that you are strictly serving that community through interviews and through sharing information, because yes, they're going to see that you're an admin or the admin, or hopefully you have others too, so you don't get overwhelmed. And they're going to say, oh, let me go to her personal page. And all of our personal pages should be public. And they'll be like, oh, she looks good, so you want to be transparent. Then over on the left, it should be a link to your business page. And that's how the link happens. So you really start out being a person. And the secret that you do naturally well, other people have to work more at it, you know, I'll admit it, but is being real and talking about real estate. You know, you don't have to be overt and say, oh, do you know anybody that wants to buy? Hey, do you have any questions? That's like sick, right? No, you just say, hey, you know, one of the, you know, they'll ask you what you do. You know, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a real estate agent. What's the market like? Boom. You know what they're going to ask. All right.
Yeah.
Tell us about the market in Fort Myers, because I've read several articles that talk about people in the Northeast are looking to move to Florida or one of the southern states because next time if this pandemic comes around or whatever, they want to be at least in the warmth. So talk to me about your Fort Myers market.
So the Fort Myers market is always a good market, to be honest with you. You know, it's a place where people come to buy second homes often. So right now, I think I looked at the stats yesterday, and 95 closings and 70 new listings in our area, which is low, but it's still moving. We've got people looking at our listings. You know, we're not closed down, so people can still come look at our listings. I have a closing today that I did. Yeah, huh?
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. So yeah, we did the walkthrough yesterday on that. So and then I got, you know, my neighbors called me yesterday. He said, I've got a friend that's interested in this property. Will you help them? So the other thing is, people that are renting properties get to be friends with them, because if they like where they're renting, they're probably going to end up buying someday. This is a great place to have investment properties too, because we have the Boston Red Sox and Minnesota Twins here. So a lot of the people and the players will rent in that season.
Wow.
Yeah.
So talk to me about, okay, so you've already mentioned that you capped.
Yes.
So you're with EXP. So now everything is going to be 100% paid to you, which is fantastic. And you're on your way to being an icon agent, which is amazing. Which, for those of you not with EXP, it just means that Cyndi has the opportunity to get, retro speaking, 100% of her commission through a series of things that is too long to explain here. But I want to make sure everyone knows that EXP is a huge opportunity. So why don't you talk to me?
Well, the neat thing about EXP too is, because we were with Keller Williams, and they have a cap program too, but it depends on where you live, what your market's like, blah, blah, blah. With EXP, it's the same no matter where you live, which is really cool. And you could be dual licensed and only one cap, you know, so that's very exciting. And then the stock options. I mean, I'm not here to promote EXP, but we're just really excited about that because now, we don't have well, Ron had a retirement. I don't really have that big of one, but now we have the stock that's accumulating for when we do retire. So that's very exciting. The icon thing, I think we've got 13 in, so maybe 7 more before we reach icon. So
I know you're going to do it, Cyndi. I know you're going to do it. So you are a mom to 3 and a grandma to 7. So tell us about what it's like to be a grandma and a mom while you are a successful real estate agent. Let's just chat about that for a little bit.
So my daughter lives here like 3 miles away, has a 6-year-old little boy, and we've taken him on full time right now during this pandemic. So I'm also a teacher of a first grader who's teaching me things because I don't know any of this stuff. First grade math is, whoa. Yeah, so that's really busy. And then our 2 boys are in Michigan, so traveling back and forth, and they have children, which is, really fun. Thank God for FaceTime. That's all I can say. And then, and they're like 35, 33, and Megan is 27. And then the children, Preston is 6. The 2 boys up there are both the same age. They're both going to be 4. And then we have like a 13 and 11-year-old through a second marriage situation. And then Ron has 1 boy that's 5 in Ocala. So we just were up there last weekend. And then a college boy who plays baseball in college. So we have 6 total. So we're really the Brady Bunch. We have 3 boys and 3 girls.
Oh, that's so awesome. Wow. Yeah. I know that it's a lot to be a successful agent at your level. And I just want to say here that everyone's in a different season. So if you're watching this and you think, well, how is she defining success? I know Cyndi and I know what her goals are. And so she is reaching the level of success that she is going after right now. And so I just want to make sure I clarify that because success doesn't look the same for everyone. If you're starting out and you have 3 little ones under tow, if you can get 5 deals closed in a year, that's success for you. So I just want to make sure that we share that. So what do you do for you? So I was going to ask you in the pandemic what you're doing for you, but are you saying that your state's all the way open or?
On Monday, they're all the way open. They opened up the state park. So I'm going to be playing tennis tomorrow at a state park, not in our community, but Monday it's going to be open here. So I've been bike riding with some of the tennis girls Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do about 18 miles on those days, which is really fun. That's the neat thing about living here. You don't have to worry about snow and dreary, rainy stuff. Walking. A 6-year-old is very bouncy, very busy.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like to cook, and I've been cooking dinner.
Oh, I know. That's really interesting. But I think that's awesome that your tennis pals have gone over to biking together, and 18 miles, like I don't even know, my mind doesn't know how far that is. So, but I think that's awesome. And I think that bodes well. And I think our listeners and viewers need to understand that you need to take care of yourself in order to be able to be optimally productive. And so with you getting that exercise, I give you a round of applause. We're about the same age, and I might take a walk for like 1.5 miles, and I think I did something, but that's pretty amazing. So how can people get in touch with you, Cyndi?
Well, my phone number is 239-887-5044. My email, here comes this little 6-year-old. Everybody wants to see the 6-year-old? Come here.
Yes, please.
Oh, he won't come. He lost his front teeth.
Okay.
So cute.
I just want to ask you a question.
Well, you'll have to wait. My email is my Florida Happy Place, R for Ron, C for Cyndi at Gmail, and Facebook, Cyndi Myers, My Florida Happy Place, The Plantation Live, and Instagram. Not so great at Instagram yet, but
yeah,
we're getting there.
Everything you do is amazing. Hi.
There's my friend Jan.
Well,
Yeah,
Cyndi,
there he is.
thank you so much for your time today. And I know that our viewers will really appreciate you're sharing with us about your life. So have a great rest of your day, and thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks, Jan, for working with me. And the neat thing about working with Jan is she makes mine was balance. My whole thing was balance. How do I do this schedule? And I just want to thank you for providing a schedule that works for me and doesn't take the fun away. So
Well,
thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you,
God
Cyndi. All
bless
right,
you
guys,
guys.
enjoy that sunshine.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.